What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. I just wanted to do a quick one today. Hopefully everything's going. I'm not seeing I'm not seeing the thing on the screen. But anyway, hopefully everybody is hearing me and seeing me. Anyway, so I wanted to do these the demolding for these things live. I just thought it'd be a little bit better than me just showing pictures or kind of a quick video. So welcome to the stream. I hope everybody's doing good. So. And there's actually another reason that I wanted to do this live. If you were here when I was pouring these, if you were, last night, I was mentioning that I kind of oversprayed the stoner on the PVC pipes, and sometimes I get white spots on them, and I think that happened on these. So I wanted to kind of show you guys, so if it happens to you, you can kind of figure out what might have happened. We'll have to see. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't demolded them yet, but it looked like there was kind of white stuff on the outside. So let me switch views real quick. There they are. So they're looking pretty cool. Look at this crazy fluorescent one. What? That's looking cool. And we have our, the I don't know, whatever, square ones in the silicone mold with, this was the granite. And it doesn't look so hot on the top, right? So that's another reason why I wanted to kind of share this. This looks cool, but guaranteed when we pull it out, it's going to look even better. And then here are let me get this thing. Hold on, wiggle cam. Here are the pipes. Now, can you see all that? There's some white, it looks like there's white stuff on the outside. So, and that happened pretty much for the most part on all of them. And I'm thinking that it had to do with me spraying the heck out of the stoner in these things. So, there we have it. Let's see here. So we got a good view. So let's start with, these will be the easiest to pop out. You just go like this. We're jumping right in, guys. I'm not even going to sit here and talk about updates and things. We're going to go for it. Look at that. And one thing I want to mention about the look of this, when I made this mold, I did not do a very good job at all of sanding. I maybe sanded the MDF up to like 180. So this would have looked even better in a smooth mold, but man, I mean, that looks like stone to me. Looking good. And we didn't have too much, so I filled it to the top of this mold, and it only dropped about a 1/4 inch or so. So that's not really too bad. The pipes, on the other hand, they dropped quite a bit. So here's the other one. And I'm digging this. I mean, that looks like granite to me. That looks like stone. And they're a little bit heavy, heavier than just like a resin blank. But so once we cut, so I don't think we needed to wait, I'm going to end up wasting a lot of this. But I wanted to make sure that I got a full blank. So I would say that, using the numbers that I used, I think we did 150 grams of resin and 1 jar. I don't, we lost maybe about a 1/4 inch on a normal block mold. So that's something that may not happen every single time in every instance with every resin, but that'll kind of give you an idea of how much extra to add. But I'm excited about those. I'm definitely, I'm gonna contact Bradley and we'll figure out something. I think I want to definitely add this to my normal blanks. We'll do these pipes last, so let's do this one. I have a feeling I'm going to need to take this apart. So let's just do it. Sometimes they'll just fall out. Yeah, look at that. Looks like little rocky chunks in there. So you can kind of see between all those things, and what I was initially going to do was add like black or white, and we probably would have had like little veins and stuff kind of going around. Right now you just see clear, which is cool too, but pretty neat. And we got a pretty good division, even though I was kind of winging it when I was pouring that with that little scraper thing. And we have there's a little bit of kind of just clear resin on the top of this. I don't know if that is like coming through on there. I'd say maybe like maybe 1/8 inch. So again, you still want to pour this kind of thick, but let's see how far down. I'm pretty sure that I filled this to the top. Once again, maybe 3/8 on this one. Which way am I? Let me do it this way. So if you just estimate maybe 1/4 to 3/8 extra when you're doing your calculations, you should be good. But this thing's pretty cool, so this will make some interesting blanks, I think. Okay, so we got some fluorescent. Now let's move on to these pipes. Let me stop real quick, see what... Let's see here. I'm going to kind of stop and look at what you guys are saying. If you guys have any... yeah, it looks like a countertop, kind of. Yeah, I'm looking forward to turning these up, too. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, Paul? How's it going? I'm doing good. Yeah, the brick looks cool. So anyway, just wanted to see what you guys were, what your responses were, what your thoughts were. So let's get this thing going. It's nice to have like a 3/4 inch dowel handy, which I didn't have it handy. I usually do though, to demold. I'm gonna go from the bottom, I think. So they demolded really nice. They came right out, but there is some white kind of haziness on the outside, and I think that was probably caused by, it's caused by a couple things, and I'm not certain if I would recommend doing tubes with this material, because what ends up happening is the slow set clear, the actual resin is going to be pretty thin, and it's more susceptible when it's thin like that to getting this white kind of haziness. Now that's not going to be like that in the middle of the blank though. So the problem for me is, if I'm selling blanks, I'm not going to send somebody this. I'm not going to send that to them and then say, oh no, don't worry, it's great on the inside. So next time I'm not going to spray the heck out of the mold. But I think that these pipes they're good to go. I mean, they're fairly well coated now. And next time, next time that shouldn't happen. But, it did happen on this one. So I think it'll be good to kind of turn this up a little bit. I don't even need to necessarily turn a pen out of it. But, I want to turn off this top layer and kind of expose the inside just to kind of, make sure that what I'm saying is true, right? So you guys can kind of see that. So, but I'm digging this, this kind of, I think this one was called, I'm not seeing a whole lot of green in this. They called it Italian, what was I have the little jar here. Nope. Tuscan green. It's a little bit more kind of brown is what I'm seeing. But we got another, some of this white stuff on the outside. But like I said, I really sprayed the heck out of these tubes. There was just globs of it that I showed you. And that's really not the best way to go with slow set clear anyway. I would say that probably this white haziness thing is probably going to be an Alumilite clear slow set, most likely. Probably wouldn't have that as much with the regular even. But the reason that this is happening is because the slow set is made to be cast in large quantities, and this is the issues that you can get with the white haziness in slow set clear. It happens sometimes. It may happen with the regular even, possibly, but the reason that this happens is because the slow set clear doesn't get as hot when it's curing or in the pressure pot. It doesn't exotherm as high as most of the other resins, and that's the reason why you can pour it in gigantic amounts. It doesn't overheat. But in small amounts, it can underheat, I guess. What's the word that I'm looking for? But either way, so you probably won't have this kind of an issue with epoxies and most of your other types of resins. And it's really not that big of a deal. Obviously, we didn't have that issue with these. The reason this looks kind of funky is just because the mold was kind of rough. But I'm pretty excited. I like these spin gems, and so, just looking at the rest of this blank, I mean, that's awesome. That looks like Corian, but we can pour it in any shape, size, whatever that we want. So not too bad, I don't think. So let's switch to this view. So that was, it's kind of a quick one. I just wanted to kind of show you guys that. So let's see here. Doug, you made it. Nice. Turner's Warehouse doesn't carry clear PVC. They have white if you need to order some. I have links on my website. Let me go grab a link real quick for you. I have on my tools I use page. Here we go. And I think it pops up for people that are watching this later. There's probably a pop-up. But the nvwoodworks.com/tools, I have the clear PVC pipes where I get them on there. But you don't need clear ones. You know, you can just run down to Home Depot and grab them if you want there. You know, they're not going to have clear probably, but you can use the white ones. I really, you know, like I said, for two reasons, I like the clear. One, for video, it makes it a lot better, obviously. You know, that way you guys can see what's going on. But for me, you know, sometimes I just would rather see what's going on a lot of times, so that's why I use it. Two reasons. Did you miss the day glow? Well, yeah, we already demolded them. This wasn't going to be like a long thing. So let me switch to this. So here's the fluorescent. I don't know what day glow is. I'm guessing this is what you meant. Pretty cool. And then here's the granite ones. They turned out good. They're a little rough looking. They're dull because the mold that I used, I didn't sand the masters at all. They were really rough. But I mean, it looks good. And once polished up, this stuff's going to look awesome. And then here's the other ones. And what I was saying was I got some white streaks in these, which I thought I might because I really sprayed the heck out of the stoner. And that can happen sometimes. I've seen it happen before. To be honest, the height, the amount of you know, resin or whatever, we filled these tubes pretty much to the top, and I mean that's what I usually don't use tubes when I'm loading up a ton of stuff in resin because it drops so far. When you're pouring it into the tube, a ton of air gets trapped, you know, in with all that material, and the volume drops so far that it's a little bit, I don't know, it's not the best way to go, I don't think, with a PVC pipe. But this white stuff, it's just on the outside. It's superficial for the most part. So I'm going to turn one of these things down. Maybe not even turn a pen totally out of it and just kind of show you guys someday. Not right now, but just take off that surface layer and it'll look good on the inside. But the other ones, so for anybody that's kind of just joining us, these guys that we poured again, we filled it to the top of the slot, and it only dropped. I mean, these things are still pretty thick. It only dropped about a 1/4 inch. So you just don't have, it's a little easier, I think, to pour in a block. And this one maybe a 1/4 inch, 3/8, something like that. But looks pretty good. I'm digging them. So yeah, they will rock. Yeah, they're gonna look really good. I wish that mold, the one that I did the granite blanks, the pink mold, I really wish that I would have spent more time sanding and making everything really smooth. This is one of the issues that you get when you're making your own molds. If the master thing that you're molding, if it isn't super, like if you want things to come out of it and look totally shiny, you have to do a lot of work. I mean, you have to polish high gloss, maybe even put like a finish on top, and then smooth that out, because silicone will basically, it's gonna take any surface flaws and put it into the silicone. So whatever you put in there to mold, you're gonna get out. And so I'm a little bit kind of bummed that I didn't spend a little bit of extra time when I made that mold, because it's a little bit less awesome. Like if these would have came out shiny, you guys would have been like, whoa, that looks like my countertop. You know. So I'm excited to turn this up. I'm looking at it, and I know, just looking at this is a lot better than the granite blanks that I used to sell. And I ran out. I used them all up, and I kind of decided not to sell them anymore. But I mean, this is exactly what I was hoping for. So big thank you to Bradley for sending me the spin gems, and I'll be in touch with you to pick out some other ones. And definitely I'm going to load up. I'm going to add the granite one to my website and stock those pen blanks. So if anybody's looking that doesn't want to make their own, I will be adding those. I always say things like this, and it's going to be like a month from now maybe even a little bit longer before I actually get them up there. But down the road, I will have those guys on my website. And so is, let me ask, so Bradley, is the code still working right now? Like, when does that end? Or did it end already? I guess maybe it already ended. Let me know if it did end. Let's see here. Let me go and grab, I think that, actually, there's links to the spin gems on Spirecraft website in the show notes right now. But I'm going to get a link for you guys in the chat if you want to pick one up. Let's see here. I gotta let me get into the website here. Oops, messed that up. Got to type it right. Spin gems. Here we go. So here's the spin gems. There's a link to it, and there's a link down in the show notes for people that are watching this back later. There's only 14 thumbs up. It's cool. It does help, but you know, somebody mentioned that there's already a thumbs down. That's funny. Somebody just wants to, maybe somebody hit the wrong button on accident. Nice. Art is in the house. Nice. Russell's here. What's up? And Tony too. Cool. So anyway, that's all that I wanted to do. So, you know, we'll let me get him on camera one more time for anybody that's just joining us, but we're going to close it down. So here's the fluorescent one. Pretty wicked. I can't wait to turn this up. At least one of them. And the other two will probably be up for grabs in the short runs. Here's the granite ones. These are the ones that I'm definitely going to be adding these to my website. I mean, this looks like granite. And we have a lot of granite around here up in Tahoe. This is what it looks like. So this is the real deal. So I'm anxious to turn one of those guys up, and then I will have, like I said, someday down the road, I'm going to have these and probably keep them in stock with this specific granite look. And then these ones, they don't look as hot as they could because I got some kind of white streaks. That's just on the outside. But if you just look at the good parts, that's what it's going to look like when I turn them. And, you know, next time, like I said, you can put them in pipes and there shouldn't be any problems, you know, once we turn this down. But, you know, there are a couple of issues with pipes and slow set clear because there's kind of thin amounts of the slow set clear. That's what happened there. It's twofold. There's the amount of resin, you know, it's not a big block of resin. It's kind of thin resin that's surrounded by a bunch of stuff that we put in there. And on top of it, I sprayed these way too much. I had globs of the Stoner mold release. And when I did that, I said it when we were casting these that I might get this, and we got some pretty good. It's pretty good. So next time I probably won't even spray these. I mean, they're still, you know, they're still good, I think at this point. I might try it again in a pipe and just see, you know, if you don't overspray it, do you get this same white streakiness with this? But I think that I would rather recommend, you know, just grab a normal mold, one of these things. You could use the Turner's Warehouse single. It would work fine too, you know. So whatever you use, silicone or HDPE or something, I would recommend probably using that. It's just going to be easier to judge, you know, how much to pour. I think these not shrunk, but you know, I was telling you guys if you missed it, we filled these pipes to the top, and this, you know, because there's so much air trapped in with all this stuff that we put in here, they shrink in a sense, or you know, when you pressurize it, the air bubbles collapse and the actual material is going to drop. So pipes are a little bit more difficult, I think, with when you're doing something like this, adding a ton of material in with your resin. Probably better off doing it the other way with a block or something like that. But anyway, let's see here. So let's see here. Ooh, the discount code runs through Monday. Nice. That's awesome. I wasn't sure what you said, 24 hours, and I wasn't exactly sure when the cutoff time was. So I think it was NVW 15, right? Pretty sure that's the code. Oh, there it is. And yeah, Everett got it. NVW 15. And again, that's for all the Chromacraft products. But they have lots of different things. Like I said, they got fluorescent. These are called mixed. I don't know. What are they? What are they called? Yeah, mixed. The ones that are just one color, they call it mixed. I think that's kind of weird. I would call them not mixed. But and then the granite, they have a bunch of different flavors, let's say, of, what do they call these? Blended. That does make sense. Blended. And then the mixed are just single color. But they got tons of different ones. And you get a little jar. Let's see if you, for anybody that didn't watch the stream yesterday. You get a little jar of it. And comes fully loaded with all kinds of goodies in there. So pretty cool. Spin gems. Very excited about these guys. So again, big thank you to Spirocraft, and Bradley's the man behind it, for sending these in so we could play with them on the stream. And oh, dinner's ready. Just kidding. Just kidding. Thanks for sending them in for our fun and use. And I hope you guys give this a try. Oh, I got the wrong camera on. Jeez, I'm talking to the camera and it's showing something else down here. Anyway, thank you, Bradley, for hooking us up with these things. And I hope you guys try it out. You know, there's a lot of different things that you can do with these, with the spin gems. I think initially they've been, you know, they're really kind of marketed for just inlay material. So, you know, if you're turning a bowl and you want to kind of cut a little groove in the rim, you can add this material in there. Or if you have, you know, like little cracks and things in something that you're turning, this stuff can just fill those cracks. And they have, you know, like turquoise color. It's, you know, it's not the actual turquoise. It's a composite material, but it looks pretty much the same. And so they got turquoise in every color you can think of. And then they have these blended ones that look like, I mean, you know, stone, faux stone. This stuff is the best that I've found. I was using another product back in the day, and it kind of looked like granite, sort of, but it was like really, it didn't really look like, you know, real stone. So this stuff definitely does. So anyway, yeah, NVW15 is the code. Is that the right one? Oh, mixed, I see. Now it makes sense. Mixed size of the nuggets. Okay, that's why. So yeah, in the, let's see, I have a jar of some green ones. That is true. That is true. There is a mixed variety, excuse me, a little bit of a mixed variety of stuff. You got some kind of fine, medium, and kind of chunkies that all kind of go together in there. That makes sense. Okay. Good thing Bradley's here, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Christina's here. Nice. All right, guys. So, yeah, that was pretty fun to do a demolding. I can't do this all the time. I'm usually, and realistically, I have a lot of things that I need to do. But I really wanted to kind of show you guys these things because I thought they were going to be cool. But I also, you know, the other reason I wanted to fire this up is I wanted to kind of explain this. Showing a video of this and it looking all kind of funky, probably everyone would be like, what's wrong with these things? And, you know, it was kind of my fault and shouldn't have oversprayed those tubes. But it could happen just on the outside, though. I don't, you know, the insides of these things are going to look great. So we'll have to get these things turned up and I'll get pictures. I may not do like a stream with every one of them. I may just kind of turn these up kind of quick, but I'll have two of these guys up for grabs, two of the blanks out of this. I don't know that I'm going to sell these ones. I may just kind of turn them up and kind of see what they look like on the inside. I don't really like sending people things that look like this. Not my favorite thing. And then I'll have one of these guys up for grabs too. But I'll have to get them cut up and all that stuff. And then down the road, I will be carrying the granite, this one for sure. And I'm going to test out some of the other colors that they have and see if I want to add any other ones. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Thanks for joining the fun, checking these things out, seeing them demolded out of the mold. Demolding is one of the funnest things ever. I don't know. You guys all probably know that too, that cast. You know, it's fun to cast things. You put them in there and then put it in the pressure pot and then you're like, okay, I got to wait. So the most fun is when you pull it out and see what it looks like. And a lot of times actually, even after you cut it up, that's when kind of the magic actually happens. And then obviously we all know that once you turn it, then the real magic happens. But anyway, thanks for joining the fun. Have a wonderful evening. And then we'll probably be doing a stream on Monday, I think, unless something crazy happens or I get like a ton of orders or something and I need to take care of something on Monday. We should be doing something on Monday, either turning the, what is that, lotus pod, whatever blank that we made. I'm going to make it into like kind of just a paperweight type thing. Either that or one of the myoporum blanks. I want to turn one of those guys up. Probably the glow-in-the-dark one. I'm really interested to see how that turned out. So be looking for the stream on Monday. If we don't do it Monday, then we'll do it Friday, on Wednesday for sure. Probably at least one of those 2 days we'll do some turning, and then Friday, of course, we'll do a little bit of resin casting. So have a wonderful evening, guys. Get out in the shop, do something, make something, have some fun, and have a great weekend. So I'll see you on Monday.